With soaring energy prices in Australia and a really fatigued grid network, we decided it's time to take matters into our own hands. So what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to take my old solar system off. I've been given a whole bunch of panels that are a couple years old. I'm going to throw those on, and I'm also going to install 48 kilowatt hours of battery storage in our house. I think there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to off-grid power. If your house is connected to the grid, you can still have off-grid capabilities. What happens and what the government has been introducing recently is called a VPP, which is a virtual power plant. What happens is this is more of a power shifting device. When the solar production is up during the day, all the power that gets pumped back into the grid, the system can't handle it. So what happens is they let you charge your batteries up at a maximum of 10 kilowatts per hour, and then at night time when the grid demand is up, they can take that power back off you at a higher rate. So you can sell back power at a more expensive rate. So when you have your battery system installed, you're still connected to the grid, but you have off-grid capabilities. So when the network goes down, you can then be off-grid. And this is called a hybrid system. We have 3 different methods for solar production. You can have grid-connected solar, you can have a hybrid battery system, or you can have a fully off-grid system which isn't connected to the grid at all. So where we live, our grid network is quite fragile. We get wild weather during the summer, we get floods, we get cyclones, and sometimes we could go a week without power if the grid network goes down. We want to take action to have the ability to not lose power for that time and take matters into our own hands. So the first step in this whole process is taking off the old system, and let's go get stuck into that now. I finally got some spare time, so I'm going to remove this old solar system, get ready for the new one, and I'll be happy to see it go. So our current solar system here consists of 18 175 watt panels, which brings us to 3.1 kilowatts. I'm guessing this system is about 10 years old. So the new system I'm going to put on consists of 11 panels on this east-facing roof, and then I'm going to put 10 panels on this west-facing roof. These are all tilted to go directly north. 10 years ago, when these panels were so much smaller than they are today, it was more beneficial to put panels directly facing north at about 21 degrees. Now with such energy efficient panels, it doesn't matter quite as much, so I'm just going to go east facing 11 panels, west facing 10 panels, and yeah, we're going to get a lot more production out of our solar system, which is going to be fantastic. today back on the roof again, and I'm starting here with a clean slate. But it's nearly 1 o'clock and it has been raining all day. And it's not getting any better. It's just rain, rain, rain. Trying to mark this out at the moment for where I'm going to lay up my new panels. I think I'm just going to try and rip in because so far this weekend the weather's just been really poor. And yeah, it's hard to make progress at the moment, but I'm going to do what I can and hopefully tomorrow ends up a bit nicer. It's funny, you sort of wonder why your back hurts doing this sometimes.
Street racing down the city streets. Didn't care about the world, hadn't heard about it all. Didn't know about the hurt, didn't know about the fall. We were the restless ones, trying to find a way back home. We were the restless ones, trying to find a way back home.
So I've decided to go 10 panels on the east facing roof, 11 panels on the west facing roof, and I've set them back a bit further to the north than they previously were, and I'll explain that now. The old panels on the east facing roof used to be right here, but in the summer, because we lived here, all these trees, when they had the leaves, it was blocking the sun. So I wanted to get that out of the shade and push them all that way. So hence why I've done that. We've got nice, clear, east facing. So that'll get all the morning sun. I'll end up moving this antenna because I don't want it shading either side of the panels during the day. That's easy enough to move. And I've just managed to squeeze these 10 panels in so I don't have to move the NBN satellite. Now the 11 panels on the west facing, I've also moved this way just to match it because I'm a bit OCD. And we'll get plenty of sun and we're never going to get shading. So my first step tomorrow is going to be getting cables from either array down into the shed where I'm putting the batteries at the moment. I've got all my cables going back to the shed where the inverter location is, and because the days are so short I've just run out of daylight. As soon as that sun's dipped down, we've just got condensation on the roof. I'm not going to push to get the panels on today. I'll try and do that during the week when I got some spare time. So quick weekend, tell you what. Doesn't seem very productive sometimes, but I've got about an hour of daylight left before the sun goes down. I want to see how many panels I can get up this afternoon and try and be productive.
Geronimo.
always think to myself, it would be so much quicker to do all these jobs if I wasn't filming it. But if you guys are getting any value out of this, please make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications as well. It helped me out a long way and it's free to do it. So if you're enjoying it, follow along. Now you may notice some of these solar panels are dirty. These are not brand new and we have in fact recycled these. They're great quality, they're top tier brand and it saves us a heck of a lot of money. So I'm all for it, especially when they're for free. Had the idea that I might get started on this other row. That way I've got a couple panels ready. My line will be straight, and then over the next few days, if the weather allows me, I can come through and get the rest of these panels down. Get this thing pumping some power out. It'll be great. Well, that's me for the night. I can't see a bloody thing. Got a few panels done on that side. 10 down on this side. Happy with the progress considering we have no daylight to work with after I finish work. But hopefully this should be done very shortly. That's it, all the panels are on. Got to give them a good clean up. 21 400 watt panels, all done, up and running just before the sun's gone down. So happy with this. Bit dirty, but yeah, happy. I'll come up tomorrow after work and give these a good clean, and yeah, we'll be firing with a blue sky tomorrow. Woohoo! Literally just nearly went tits up. I walked on this patch here where the old panels used to be, and they're so slippery. Big upgrade from the old 3 kilowatt system that wouldn't have been pumping much out. We won't get any productivity out of that one, so yeah, big mission to do by yourself, but tell you what, it'll all be worth it. So this is just a bit of a reminder, if you guys do have solar panels, make sure you're giving these a bit of a clean at least a couple times a year. If you can't access your roof, call an electrician or someone who specialises in cleaning solar panels. You don't really need much, just a soft bristle brush and a bit of water. Warm water is probably better, but yeah, just make sure you're keeping your solar panels clean because you want to have them as productive as you can. These ones are filthy because they've been sitting around for a while and they came off another house. So one of the biggest reasons I am cleaning these is you get bird droppings like that. Stuff like bird droppings, dust, pollen, they can all reduce the power output of your solar panels. So what happens when you put shade on individual cells is with bird poo, is that brings down the whole production of these runs of cells on the solar panel, which means sometimes other cells have to work harder, and that can create a hotspot on your solar panel if it's left for a while. So it's much more beneficial to have your solar panels looking like this instead of this. So there's another big misconception with solar panels, that when it rains, it cleans your solar panels. It's not actually correct, so don't rely on the weather to be cleaning your solar panels. It doesn't work.
We went like that for years, with a straight path to walk upon. We could win every time. No, we won't, no, we won't. What did I say you should worry about? You should worry about all of me. What did I say you should care about? You should care about what you see. What did I say you should worry about? You should worry about all of me.
So this here is our 48 kilowatt battery stack.
Care about.
Currently we're 100% charged. So with our current energy production as of right now at 3 p.m, we've only consumed 5.6 kilowatts of power during the day, and we've produced 20 kilowatt hours. Right now we're sending 2 kilowatts back to the grid, and we're getting paid to do that. And that's because our batteries are at 100%, and any production we're getting off the roof is just going back to the grid. And then later on tonight, during the peak period of 6 p.m. till 9 p.m, we can send power back to the grid at a higher rate than what we'd be buying it if we didn't have batteries and solar. So you might be wondering why I'm only putting 8 kilowatts of solar on the property when we're trying to be as self-sufficient as we can. Well, one of the main reasons is that during the day we're topping up our batteries from the grid. And even on cloudy days, we can draw in power from the grid, unlike off-grid setups. If you do have an off-grid setup and there's no sun, and you don't have good battery storage, then you could probably guess that your only real backup solution is a diesel power generator. And that's what I'd call a true off-grid warrior setup. Those guys are pretty hardcore, and I definitely take my hats off to you guys for being able to do that, because yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. So with these hybrid systems, what we can do is, if we don't have sun, we're still topping up our batteries from the grid. It is a benefit, and I do think that it's a great solution for not having to just plaster your roof with solar panels if you don't have the budget to do so. And that's definitely why I've chosen this option for the moment. I do have big plans for the future. I want to double my solar panel production in the next 6 months. I've got some leads coming in that hopefully I will be able to do that, and fingers crossed that we can make that happen soon. So keep an eye out for that one. Now, with the data that I've been analysing with my boss, you can definitely see that with these shortest days of the year that we're at the bottom of our production for our yearly cycle. And you can see that once it comes up to summer, you can up your production by about 200%. So with the 8 kilowatt system, I'm expecting at least 40 kilowatt hours of power just from solar panels alone on a sunny day. Come on, buddy, let's go. I hope you guys have even learnt something small from this video. If you have, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you get notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks very much for the support, and we'll see you in the next one.